The Medak, Telugulo cheppalante Medak jilla ante metukuleni jilla antaru. That means Medak doesn't have the proper irrigation facilities, and large parts of the Medak districts are unirrigated, remain to be poor and poverty stricken. Look at Rangareddy district. And today, anybody goes to Hyderabad, Koti or some parts of major Hyderabad places are in Rangareddy district. Somebody says that how can it be district? So for all revenue and all the administrative operations, the half of Hyderabad is now governed under the Rangareddy district. Rangareddy district is full of pollution. An official estimation goes just now, as Professor JayaShankar told, that about 2,300 small, medium, major industrial units were opened. The owners are non-Telanganites, workers are non-Telanganites, resources are from Telangana. Pollution is left for Telangana. This is a very, very broad. I hope that I am not giving a very depressing picture. Please pardon me for that, because I am speaking the facts. Because it is not only that I traveled Telangana alone. Professor JayaShankar myself traveled starting from Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam down to East West Godavari and then to Krishna Guntur, the Annapurna of Andhra Pradesh. Right? And from there to Rayalaseema, that is Kadapa, Kurnool and Anantapur. Situation in Rayalaseema is also green. Situation in Northern Andhra district are also green. Why this is? This basically poses a very fundamental question of what kind of development system that we pursued in the name of an integration or integrated state. In academic jargon, integration ante Telugulo kalisi undalani anukunnamandi. Kalisi undalanukunte ఎటువంటి ఏర్పాటు ఉండాలి? కనీసమైన సమానమైనటువంటి వాటా అందరికీ ఉండాలి. సరే పెద్దయినవి నువ్వు జ్యేష్ఠపుత్రుడు జ్యేష్ఠ భాగం తీసుకుంటే తీసుకో. I mean, as an Andhra brother, you can take a little more higher portion of the development share. But what is happening is the share of the Telangana surplus and part of Rayalaseema surplus is taken by a particular region which is increasingly becoming a kind of a concentrated prosperous zone. That is deadly. As a result, when you look back, there is an integration of the resources in Andhra Pradesh, but not the integration or emotional integration of the people of all the regions. This I think you have to remember. The integration of the resources when I am referring is coal. 90% of the coal in Andhra Pradesh state is generated in Karimnagar, Adilabad, Warangal. 90%. That is Godavari belt. And Khammam. Khammam, Warangal, Adilabad, Karimnagar. This is the Godavari zone. 90% of the coal generated, 90% of the electricity is generated here. 70 to 75% of the water resources are available. Water is taken, coal is utilized, electricity is generated, and some people who do not know the geography of the Khammam think that the Sealeru is in Visakhapatnam. Sealeru project is in Khammam. Electricity goes to Visakhapatnam. It doesn't. It is not available to the tribal areas or the plain areas of Khammam. Why I am telling you? By this kind of a very discriminated use of the resources, you come across a very serious social strike, a genuine concern for the development of the people of the region where the resources are located. This is the logic. Then let us see, since Dr. JayaShankar has already spoken about the, Krishna district, Krishna river, I don't want to go into the details. This is a broad aspects of the certain, variables where you can look at the Telangana contribution to the overall state economy or in the overall state development process. The land is available about 41%, population is 39%, revenue contribution is 42%. You can see the whole thing, but mostly you see river flowing area in Krishna and Godavari about 70%, irrigation water justifiably belong to region is about 44%, land under assured irrigation is about 22%, expenditure on irrigation is about 15%. You have resources, but that resources will not be utilized to the region by the, it will not be allowed by the successive state regimes or state governments, because water has a secret. Why we are emphasizing on the water, you may ask us. Water has a tremendous potential of releasing new economic and political forces. Historically, it is proven. I mentioned in my paper, when Dhavaleshwaram Barrage was constructed in 1852, when Cotton was completing this project, British government gave him a congratulations, statingly what are the words that the British government and Cotton expressed during that particular time is of an interest for you. A recent, great potentialities for progress were created in the area after the completion of the irrigation system. Both wet and dry cultivation registered an increase. The consequent increase in agriculture production evidently resulted in an enhancement of the exportable agriculture surplus. The district seemed to have become self-sufficient in food grains. Why I referred this is Nagarjun Sagar project, Right Canal, Dhavaleshwaram project, Srisailam, Telugu Ganga, altogether added to a very good amount of the cultivated area in the coastal districts. It released new social forces, new economic situation, where that new economic situation created a significant amount of the agrarian surplus in the peasant families or farming community, which got resulted into the reinvestment of that agriculture surplus in the real estate, in the liquor industry, in the cinema industry. That gave them a kind of an access to the media and power, political power in the Andhra Pradesh state. Fine. We expected, we means the Telangana expected, that whoever be the chief minister should develop the region, because we have joined you with a hope that we all together grow equally. This is not the case. Why? Look at how Godavari River projects were neglected. These are the few projects which were mentioned on June 3rd by a popular daily in Telugu Varta. Incidentally, that day happened to be a day when we met Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, in a different context. In fact, I wanted to start with a statement, but somehow I have gone into the district presentation. మేము చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారిని కలవడానికి పోయిన రోజు మొదలవుతున్న ఎందుకంటే తెలుగులోనే చెప్పాలనేది బాగుంటుంది. I'll translate it later. When we met Chandrababu Naidu, when he was coming to occupy his chair in the seminar hall, తెలంగాణలోనే అధిక వర్షపాతం ఉందండి, తెలంగాణలోనే అధిక పేదరికం ఉందండి అన్నాడు ఆయన. These are the words. వర్షపాతం ఉంటే ప్రాజెక్టులు కాకపోతే ఏమైనా మా మనసులో ఉంది, ఇంకా మేము వదలదలుచుకోలేదు అన్నాం. నిజమేనండి బాబు గారు, వర్షపాతం ఉంది, పేదరికం ఉంది, ఎందుకుందో మీకు తెలుసు కదా. పడ్డ వాన చినుకు పడ్డట్టు గోదావరిలోకి వెళుతున్నది, అది వరద అవుతుంది, వరద పోయి కిందికి పోతుంది. మా వాన చినుకు మాకు మిగిలితే, మాకు ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయితే, మాకు పంట పండితే మా పేదరికం పోయేది. కాబట్టి మా వాన చినుకు మాకు దక్కలేదు కదా, పేదరికమే మిగిలింది. మీకు తెలియదా ఈ సూత్రం అని అడిగాం. Chief Minister said that there is a heavy rainfall in Telangana region and also heavy level of poverty. He said that, good, there is a heavy rainfall, but what are the mechanisms to harvest this rainfall and give it to the cultivator of the lands, whereby the agriculture sufficiency could have certainly avoided the poverty which is now widespread in the Telangana region. This was the essence of the debate. So, look at the whole question of the projects which were pending today. They were approved by the central government, state governments. Some of these projects were laid, stones were laid, what do you call in Shankusthavana. Yeah, foundation stones were laid on these projects, but they were not completed. Why? As I told you, the precise reason is water releases a new forces. They don't want a new forces, new economic forces, which will bargain for the political power and share, an equitable share and the development. One basic case study I will give. We referred Godavari and also Krishna. You have to be fed with this information. Telugu Ganga project was started in 83, immediately after Mr. N.T. Ramarao came to power. With a lot of fanfare. See, a preparatory, a psychological, sociological, cultural preparatory or economic preparatory situation was set on that the poor Rayalaseema cousins who are starving for the drinking water, or even the Tambis, Tamil Tambis in Madras, they were starving for the water, drinking water we should give. The broad-minded people thought that, it is our responsibility. But we never thought that it is our responsibility to use our water for ourselves. Telugu Ganga was completed in a recorded time with 1,300 crores of investment. Telugu Ganga project, even till today, does not have the central government's formal approval. And Central Water Commission did not approve this project. Similar is the case, one project in Telangana. When it is completed with a jet speed, with the combined budgetary allocations, combined regions budgetary allocations in the state, the similar treatment was not met or was not extended to a flood flow canal. This is a canal planned on Sri Ram Sagar project. It is also called high-level canal technically, because the Pochampad, that is Sri Ram Sagar project, capacity of storage was supposed to be 120 TMC roughly. Because of siltage, 30 TMC water was going out. So to harvest this 30 TMC water, a canal was planned on the catchment area of this particular Sri Ram Sagar project, which will cultivate 230,000 acres in 4 districts: Nizamabad, Karimnagar, Warangal and Nalgonda, covering 42 mandals. This was approved by the central government. This was cleared by the Central Water Commission. This was also a foundation stone was laid by late Mrs. Gandhi, Prime Minister. It was again foundation stone relaid by Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, N.T. Ramarao, and recently 8 ministers of the present government gone and then started some kind of, beginning works in Nizamabad, and suddenly they came back. They said that, the 2 village people are resisting for the, this project for the compensation. 200 villages resisted against the Telugu Ganga. Did you keep quiet? They did not keep quiet. They went ahead. What happened? The same spirit when this particular all-cleared project with no submergence, very minimal submergence. మునిగిపో గ్రామాలు ఎక్కువ తక్కువ 3-4 మునిగిపోతాయి. దానికి బెనిఫిట్ జోన్లో ఇచ్చుకుంటామని చెప్పామని, ఎందుకంటే 2,30,000 ఎకరాలు కల్టివేట్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు. ఇది a very dissimilar treatment on one project and another. I stop it here. Another interesting area, 1 or 2 areas I cover and I stop my lecture. So this is the situation where the resource-driven development could have been a possibility, but the other areas are how the successive governments for the last 40 years or 44 years or 34 years, sorry, whatever it is, the coastal districts were given an investment of the 19,693 crores in different sectors. Look at the fund allocation. And it is 9 districts. Rayalaseema with 2,200, 206 crores. Perhaps they could have got a little more. But whereas the Telangana districts, they have got 4,005 crores. This is in addition to the funds diverted earlier and now. This is only the available actual government admitted record of the fund allocation to three different regions. What happens? When a state government does not provide an equitable allocation of the funds, naturally the region gets lesser and lesser, will go backlog, go backwards in the sphere of the development. And a region which has been given water has been also given more and more funds, right? A region whose resources were not utilized, not even been given by the development funds. This is another fact. There is an interesting and ongoing aspect. Andhra Pradesh is very ahead, or is going jet speed with the kind of the development in the technology, high tech, and the computerization. Fine, we invite it. Because somewhere else, as a disparate mother, what does she think is that let even child get an opportunity to go abroad. Look at the kind of, just JayaShankar was trying to talk about the colonization of the Hyderabad. A citizen of America, or a person who is now staying in America, may think that what is wrong if you buy. This happens to be a problem of levels of development. In that particular context, in Hyderabad, in an unofficial estimate, goes about 144 colonies are established.